let me answer that with a question. What do you suppose would be a writer's greatest regret? Have you ever read a book called The Little Witch and the Undying Fire? Oh, that's because it was the work of more than one person. It began as a little game at our tea parties. Each of us took turns writing the next part of the story. I wrote the first volume, then the other mages took their turns. Em was tasked with writing the final volume and tying everything up. But by the time everyone had finished writing their parts, Em had passed away. Oh, it was a terrible shame. A true tragedy. And that is the answer to my question. A writer's greatest regret is to leave a story unfinished. But all is not lost. I couldn't stand the doom and gloom of it all, so I went ahead and wrote an ending myself on her behalf.
Then what's this book?
This is the answer your mother gave to the same question. In her eyes, this was her greatest regret. She made me promise that I would bring it to you because she believed the only person who could resolve this regret is you.
So my mother's greatest regret is another unfinished story?
You could say that.
And I guess resolving the regret means finishing the story?
That's one way to put it.
Is a straight answer too much to ask for?
Her answer was quite the opposite of what I'd expected. But oh, how touching it was. I'd love to tell you what she said, I really would. But that would spoil the plot, and we can't have that. Spoilers ruin everything.
Oh.
Just think of this task as giving a story a much-needed ending. All I ask is that you do your best.
I understand. But I only just started learning human script, and...
Relax. Why else do you think your dear aunt went and found you two such wonderful helpers? With their experience, you'll have so many story ideas you won't know what to do with them. So don't be shy to ask lots of questions.
Yeah. If it's to help Durin fulfill his mother's dying wish, then we're in.
Aunt Alice, could I ask, what kind of story was my mother hoping to write?
I had a feeling this might come up, but that answer isn't mine to give. You'll have to find it yourself, here inside this book.
Don't worry. We'll help you come up with loads of ideas. Yeah, let's find a nice spot where we can settle in and read through this thing. We could even get some snacks, too.
Ooh, the actual process might not be quite the walk in the park you're imagining, Paimon.
Why's that?
Because when Em created this book, she borrowed my magic. In other words, it's not a book you can just pick up and read. It's a magical book. Its chapters are scattered through memories of the past. Gather them all, and the book will show you its secrets.
So, where are we supposed to find these memories?
Em left a trail of clues for each unfinished chapter. Follow the hints, and you'll find them. Oh, and when it comes to adding to the story yourselves, you'll need to use this.
And this is...
This, my dear little Paimon, is the ink Em left behind. Infused with a little of my own magic, of course. If you're planning on writing something inside the book, you'll need it. It's extremely precious, so be sure to use it sparingly. This is all that's left.
So we need to search for the memories and keep an eye...
It just had to be a wild goose chase, didn't it?
Perhaps it's just another form of storytelling. Em was ever so creative when it came to things like that. Just think of it as a little challenge your mom left behind. Who knows? There could even be a mysterious prize at the end of it all.
I don't care about that. This was my mother's...
Yep. With the two of us by your side, you'll be just fine.
Okie dokie. That should be pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and once the story's complete, do let me have a little look-see, okay? I've read everything she ever wrote, so naturally, I can't miss this one.
Yeah! Most of the time, you're pretty hard to pin down.
Don't worry, I'll know when you're finished. Just wait for me to reach out. All right, off you go. I can't wait to hear how the story ends.
Oh, here we are again. Alice's magic really is incredible. Right. Alice mentioned... Huh?
A corner of repose for countless tales, watched over by the honor of knights. Up there, a witch once spent a sleepless night, and all to bring forth, find the place I speak of, for it is where the sea...
Was that a riddle? Where do you think this mysterious place could be? Hey, you...
I had a feeling that's where we would be headed. After all, it's where my mother was from, and I bet it's where she wrote this story, too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still,
Don't worry about it.
Fulfill our task!
in the Mondstadt Library, huh? Talk about a trip down memory lane.
So, we're supposed to find the seeds?
Well, we're in a lot.
Making a racket in a library? You should know better than that.
Lisa! Oh, sorry about that.
Now, who do we have here? Ah, my golden-haired cutie. And my little horn cutie, too.
Sorry, Miss Lisa. I know you taught me to be quiet in the library, but Paimon was just trying to help. Please don't be too hard on her.
Well, it has been far too long since we saw each other, so I suppose I can let it slide just this once. Back when he first arrived here, poor Jean wasn't sure what to do with him, so I stepped in to lend a hand. I figured, if I can handle a boy raised by wolves, then teaching one who's part dragon should be a walk in the park.
Nice! Sounds like Durin was welcomed with open arms.
Why, of course. Now, let's save the reminiscing for another time. I'm sure you're here for a reason. Did you need to borrow some books?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Oh? Ah, I see. These so-called seeds of the story must be the books that inspired its creation. That's just how it is with stories. They grow out of the tales that came before them. And that mage, I can almost picture her here, hundreds of years ago, scribbling away at one of these very desks.
But we don't know anything about this story. How are we—
As it happens, just before I found you here, I was looking into something rather peculiar. One of the knights reported seeing some books that weren't listed anywhere in our catalog. Stranger still, just as he went to reach out for them, the books vanished into thin air. And then, a while later, while he was browsing through other shelves, there they were again. That particular knight knows this library inside and out. I'd be very surprised if he was seeing things. Something tells me these might just be the magical books you're after. According to the report, there are 3 of these books in total.
Oh, wait! Did Klee write this one? Should this even be here? We better show it to Lisa. Kinda looks like a poetry collection. Let's see what Lisa makes of it. An experiment log. Looks like part of the titles, but there's something serious. Let's hang on to this one for now. It's one of... Second strongest wait! Huh?
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
Well, did you manage to find them? Truly extraordinary.
So...
It's true. This book does contain one of Miss Alice's spells. But honestly, the only reason it's even... After Klee was born, Miss Alice advised us to seal it away. She even added that little subtitle herself.
So, it's to keep it away from Klee, huh? Does that mean she could use it to cause even more mayhem than she already does with Jumpy Dumpty?
No, that's not it. As Miss Alice herself put it, letting Klee see it too early would spoil... Well, did you... This book definitely doesn't belong here.
Yeah, we can tell just from reading the title.
Albedo was the one who brought it in. He suggested I place it on the restricted list and keep...
Why?
He said it's full of forbidden alchemical formulas, some of which could even result in the creation of dangerous monsters. Apparently, the danger it posed was so great, he didn't even feel like it was safe to carry around or keep...
Really? Definitely sounds like it shouldn't be here then.
Still, if that maid read this book too, it must have been written a lot earlier than I... Well, did you manage to find them? Yes, this is a restricted book, all right. It certainly isn't supposed to be.
Huh. But it looks like a regular poetry collection. How did it end up being classified?
The issue lies 500 years ago.
We're talking about Durin.
Well, but given all the bards are often accused of and since the knights back then were unable to track down the author, they decided to ban the entire collection, blot out the title.
So the version in the poem...
Well, would you look at that? Seems like these are the little troublemakers you're after. And all three just so happen to be forbidden texts. What kind of story requires reference material like that?
Forbidden texts? You know, the first time you mentioned that the library had a restricted section, I thought you were just trying to scare us. Are you saying...
Not really something you should be poking your little nose into, is it, cutie?
Sorry.
Seeing as it was Miss Alice who asked you to look for these books, I won't question the matter. But they'll need to be sealed away again once you're done, so don't forget to return them.
Don't worry, Miss
Você
Lisa.
falou pra mim que ela
I
melhorou, né?
won't forget.
Well then,
Ela,
that's all for
mas
me.
ela tá
After
por
all
quê? Ela tá
that hard
resfriada?
work, I think I've earned myself a nice cup of tea.
Infecção no pulmão? Nossa.
Alright, we've gathered all the reference books. What's next?
Isso não é nada bom, não é mesmo?
Wait, look!
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Right up to the moment of its death, it had no choice in becoming a vessel of calamity, nor could it fathom the cruel fate that lay before it. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a wisp of woodland air. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch.
Whoa! We're actually inside the story!
This must be Aunt Alice's magic.
Yeah.
A story about me?
Why don't we just see where the story takes us? All we know is the beginning at this point.
Okay.
And now a golden-haired traveler, a silvery sprite, and a dragon-born youth step onto the stage. What new chapter will their arrival bring?
Whoa! That came out of nowhere! Was that the same voice we heard just now? Yeah. But why does it sound so familiar?
I've missed this. It's just like the stories my mother used to tell me.
You mean... Em? She used to tell you stories?
Yeah, she loved it. Back when she was still alive. Sorry, we should focus on what we're here to do. So, now that we're in the story, what's next?
The dragon youth wondered aloud. Yet all he could do was wait for the story to unfold. Of course, there's something to be said for helping it along. Perhaps a little exploration could prove...
Oh! Is that a hint?
Yeah, I agree.
For a moment, the story crashers fell silent. Perhaps waiting around wasn't such a bad idea after all. Yet those who never stray beyond the main plot often...
This must be the dragon egg, right? Looks like it's gonna hatch any moment now. So we've got a dragon egg about to hatch, a witch who loves stories, and that evil dragon we heard about at the beginning.
This is my story, isn't it?
Okay, so how are we supposed to help the story along? It feels like all we can do right now is wait.
Apparently, it hadn't dawned on the group to look for a way to help the egg hatch.
Oh, right! We're at the point in the story where we're waiting for the baby dragon to hatch. So that has to happen before the story can continue.
With the flames at his command, perhaps the dragon youth might be able to provide the egg with sufficient warmth.
What? You want us to roast the dragon egg?
The silvery sprite's surprise betrayed her lack of reading. For in countless tales it is told that only by fire's embrace will a dragon's egg hatch swiftly.
Huh, you kinda have a point there.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Let every unborn life be welcomed with tender anticipation, and may that warmth stay for a lifetime. At last, under the witch's expectant gaze, the little dragon broke free from its shell. No living being has ever decided the moment of its birth. You were no exception, my child. I brought you into being because I willed it so.
Não, o
Just
tempo tá
like
tudo
the
fechado.
witch who created that evil dragon.
Eu tô falando com ela aqui pra ver se, porque senão eu vou ter que ir lá comprar ração. Já era pra me ter ido, na verdade, né? Mas ela falou que chega hoje. Tá no aplicativo aqui, ela mandou pra mim. Mandou. Então, 11 horas. Não, eu já coloquei meu celular pra fazer barulho já, porque normalmente não fica.
But I promise you this. Your birth was wanted.
Ela vai me avisar. Eu já falei pra ela.
Are loved.
You've never told me those things before, but for
Não
some
tá funcionando.
reason, I always knew.
Eu acho que o cara que arrumou vai vir só semana que vem.
Thank you for bringing me into this world.
Final de ano. Mas a gente não fez nada, o negócio parou sozinho. A não ser que você não possa atender pra abrir. Aí a conversa é outra. Eu vou até falar com esse síndico aí. Porque, ó, da outra vez, lembra? Deu problema, não era aqui. Aí arrumou. E agora deu problema de novo sem a gente fazer nada. Agora, se não é pra atender, fala que a gente já tira essa merda. Nem eu também. Tu pode ver que tá cheio de poeira aí. Ninguém nem mexe essa bosta. Tá até amarelado. E a gente nem quer mexer nessa porcaria. O dia me acordou aí. 1h da manhã. Ele só serve pra acordar a gente essa bosta. Ou tô falando besteira. Então eu vou ter que dar um pulo. Vou ter que dar um pulo rapidinho lá naquela.
Looks like we're back in the real world.
O que eu andei fazendo aqui? Então, vai ver que o lote ruim veio pra cá.
Looks like there's more written on the page now and
tá ruim, né?
left than before.
E é Balduque, hein?
So, does that
Não,
mean
mas
we've completed this chapter?
tá bom, porque o da ponta tava bom, não tava? Você não falou que tava bom? Então, mas o da ponta não tem, tanto que acabou. O pessoal viu que tava bom e o preço tava bom, comprou tudo.
Yeah, but why does M seem to think that this Durin broke free from the curse, came into this world with a new body? True.
Huh.
Is this thing on? All right, that should do it.
Hey, that's Alice's voice.
Hello there, children. If you're hearing this, you've stumbled upon the little recording I left for you. I thought you could use a few hints about how the book works. By now, I'm guessing you've already begun to leave your mark on the story. You should know, however, that the book needs time to absorb the ink. So the next
Você tem que levar alguma coisa pra comer. Você deveria arrumar uma lancheira pra você colocar o lanche nela.
good news is, have fun, dearies. Toodles.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's for the best. So it might be good to take a...
A break.
Eu sei.
Yeah. Paimon has a sudden
Eu tô por aqui esses dias, lembra?
So let's meet up here later. I need to find Miss Lisa to return those books anyway.
doesn't remember seeing this many manuscripts last time we were here. So, she wrote this many books even after Durin was born? What weird. Is it just that Paimon hasn't read enough, or were none of these ever actually... Wonder which story these are for. Well, looks like a lot of work went into it, so it must be...
Por que não...
Aunt Alice said we can return to the story world at any time. If you feel like checking it out again, just come find me.
I wonder where Xianglings run off to this time. If you bump into her, please let her know that a new shipment of spices has come in, so it'd be nice if she could come home and take...
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master. I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. Prowess you possess.
Master once participated, gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race.
What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a
Have you been lonely, Master?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the master that I respect and adore.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple, and it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around. Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so... Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys? Great! Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai. Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young. Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears. Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that? Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning. They died young. It's just me and Granny now. But it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid. You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow you know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times.
But just how many times have I had it? Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
Are you sure?
Tá jogada na cama lá.
So, what are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do... Oh, we don't need any payment for this. Thank you. You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, what exactly... All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster. If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something. A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinjo knows tons about Liyue's chivalric tradition.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Oi? Ah, tá, não estraga não. O que tu tá levando o quê? Ah, não estraga não. Mas ele nem é pra ficar na geladeira?
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you like the
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some
milk?
You need to drink milk before eating, or the spicy food will make you cry. Hush, little one.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy dishes, like their fish stew. I can eat 2 whole bowls, nope.
Wonderful. How wonderful. My darling.
Save this money.
Rev the engines!
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
Okay. Essa é bastante.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure. I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Era, aí a Panda, porque foi assim, eu ia ficar lá e cá, só que a Panda ela se enfiou aqui, ó, bem aqui, ó. Tava travada aqui, né? E ela ficou quietinha. Ela ficou com medo dos fogos, aí ela ficou quietinha. Aí eu fiquei com a bolota aqui, com ela no colo. Porque ela tava lá, ela saiu com as orelhas pra baixo aqui, que eu baixo com o rabo entre as pernas aqui assim, ó, com medo. Tadinho. Não, aí é. Porque aqui é muito barulho, né? Aqui é terra de ninguém, essa merda desse lugar aqui. E aí ela ficou assustada. Aí eu fiquei com ela. Eu coloquei ela aqui, ó. E eu só tampando a orelha dela. E aí eu fui ver a Pandora, né? Aí a Pandora tava bem quietinha, tadinha. Fiquei com dó dela também. Mas como ela tava quietinha, ela não tava, sabe, ela não tava pulando na porta pra lá e pra cá. Ela achou que ali ia proteger ela, entendeu? Aí ela ficou quietinha, aí eu fiquei com a bolota. Porque a bolota corre aqui pra trás, ó. Ela corre aqui, como eu tô aqui, ela corre pra trás do sofá aqui, ó. Ela fica aqui atrás, ó.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of...
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho,
Ó, tô esperando aqui, vamos ver.
do you know of any places often associated with her?
É porque eu preciso ter certeza, né? Porque senão eu vou ter que ir lá comprar. Eu falei pra ela, ela falou que ela só mostrou que no aplicativo tá que chega hoje. Eu preciso ter certeza, porque eu já vou lá. Que vai chover.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always
Eu-
appeared near one of three
Eu ia logo
places.
cedo, antes de você sair, pra mim já.
Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak.
Não, porque se, né, ó, se naquela loja ali tivesse ração, eu ia ali rapidinho e comprava. Não tem essa ração lá. Ela mandou pra mim. Não, fica tranquilo. Ela mandou pra mim.